Big news out of Queens. Pete Alonso is sticking with the New York Mets, and he's got a fresh 2-year, $54 million deal to prove it, after some intense contract negotiations, including a reported 3-year, $71 million offer from the Mets. Alonso has decided to bet on himself with a shorter-term contract. Let's break down what this means for Alonso, the Mets, and the bigger picture for the upcoming season. The deal. What's in it for Alonso and the Mets? According to John Heyman of the New York Post, the Mets and Pete Alonso have agreed on a deal that includes a $10 million signing bonus, $20 million in salary for the first year, and an opt-out after the first year. Alonso had been vocal about wanting a long-term commitment from the Mets. But after a down year in 2024, hitting .240, .329, .459 with 34 home runs, he couldn't quite land the deal he was hoping for. So, instead of waiting it out for a bigger contract, he's chosen a shorter-term deal with the option to re-enter free agency next year if he performs well. Alonso's 2024 struggles in a changing market. Alonso's 2024 wasn't exactly what Mets fans had hoped for. His offensive numbers took a bit of a dip, and with his age, strikeout rate, and defensive limitations, he's limited to first base, and doesn't excel defensively. His free agent value wasn't what he expected. For the first time in his career, the market for first baseman isn't what it used to be. But now, with this deal, he's got the chance to prove he's still worth the big payday that once seemed inevitable. Alonso's career so far, power and durability. Despite the ups and downs in his stats, Alonso has always brought one thing to the table: power. After bursting onto the scene in 2019 with a record-setting 53 home runs, he's been a reliable slugger for the Mets. His career slash line stands at .249, .339, .514. And while there are certainly some rough patches, Alonso has been a model of durability. He's never played fewer than 152 games in a full season, which is something the Mets will lean on in 2025. The Mets' big offseason, adding stars and depth. The Mets are not slowing down this offseason. Along with Alonso, they've added some serious star power to their lineup. Juan Soto, the $765 million man, is joining the fold, and he'll be a centerpiece of their offense for the next 15 years. Veterans Jesse Winker and Jose Siri also add depth to the lineup. With Alonso's return, the Mets lineup could look stacked with names like Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, and Mark Vientos, along with breakout potential from Francisco Alvarez and Jeff McNeil. You throw in the fact that they've revamped their pitching staff, adding guys like Sean Manaea, Clay Holmes, and Frankie Montas, and this team looks poised to make a real run in 2025. What this means for the Mets in 2025. After finishing with 89 wins and a trip to the NLCS in 2024, the Mets can now confidently say they're ready to compete with the best of the best. With Alonso back in the fold, a loaded offense, and an upgraded pitching staff, they're in a strong position to challenge the Los Angeles Dodgers and other NL contenders. And with Alonso betting on himself with this short-term deal, he's got everything to play for, both for his future and for the Mets' chances of winning it all. Conclusion. So, it looks like Pete Alonso and the Mets have a bit of unfinished business in 2025. And the stakes are high. Alonso's back, the Mets lineup looks stacked, and their pitching rotation has been fortified. It's shaping up to be a fascinating season in New York. And with this deal, Alonso's got one last chance to prove he's worth the long-term commitment he's been eyeing. Let me know your thoughts. Will Alonso have a bounce-back year? Are the Mets contenders? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more updates. That's all for today, folks. Keep an eye on Pete Alonso and the Mets as we head into the 2025 season. It's gonna be one for the books. Catch you next time.